Bom dia, welcome back. Spending a little time out on my patio. Pretty much have it the way I want it now. Lots of plants, lots of tchotchkes, little Buddhas, Orishas, Krishnas, surrounded by plants. I can hear birdsong, even though I'm in the middle of the city. I can still hear birds. It's nice. It's a pleasant place to sit, do a little reading, relaxing, feel like I'm in the outdoors, even though I'm not. And the question is what to do today. Go out for one of my long 2 to 3 hour walks, probably. I'm on the tail end of my daily long walk, heading back down into my neighborhood, Bahia, and there is the South Atlantic Ocean in front of us. In my last episode, I mentioned that one family member, a member of my extended Brazilian family, had banned me from our family group WhatsApp, and because I had told a truth, and he punished the truth teller, me, by banning me. And but very nice, the rest of the family created a new family WhatsApp group, and they all sent me birthday wishes today in that new group, and everybody in the family is in it except for that one person. And that person doesn't even live here in Brazil anymore. He now lives in California, so I guess the last laughs on him. And I am always dazzled when I turn the corner here and look down into the Bahia neighborhood. You can see the big Farol de Bahia, the Bahia lighthouse down there. And it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. The sun is starting to set. The sun shimmering on the ocean. And there is a statue of Christ, a small one compared to the Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, but Salvador has one. I'm always dazzled by this view. Never ceases to impress me. Beautiful Salvador da Bahia. My brother-in-law Elcinho invited me out for my birthday dinner. Thank you, Elcinho. Obrigado. Yum. Pizza. Bom dia. It's the next morning, another day in paradise. And I started my long walk for the day. I'm not sure exactly. I didn't leave the house thinking about any particular destination, but I think I may walk up to the historic Pelourinho district. That's a good, I think, an hour and 20-minute walk. A lot of it uphill, but I'm willing and able, so let's go up there. Hey, it's hot out there. I had to stop here for an ice cold bowl of acai before I continue my walk. The beautiful Pelourinho in Salvador. It's always a pleasure to come up into this neighborhood. It was a long walk here today, but well worth it. Always nice to come into the Pelourinho. I can remember years ago when I would come into the Pelourinho 2 or 3 times a week, especially on Tuesday for benção. But now I only come up here occasionally, once every 2 or 3 months. But I'm always glad when I do. And here's the headquarters of the Filhos de Ganji, the carnival group that I participate in every year. And even though I say every year, this is my last year. I'm never going to participate in carnival again. No more Filhos de Ganji. I always change my mind. And yes, I will be parading with the Villa de Ganji Carnival again this year. No, I never ever get tired of this view. Gorgeous. Always music, always drumming in Salvador. The thing is, there's so much more to Salvador than just the Pelourinho. I remember the first time I ever came to Salvador was just for 4 days. I believe it was in the year 2002. At that time I was living in Rio de Janeiro. And I remember I liked Salvador, but I thought, wow, Salvador is kind of small. And that's because I never left the Pelourinho. What does the Pelourinho represent? About, at most, 1% of the entire city of Salvador. So that's also another reason why I don't come up here that often. Because while it's beautiful and historical, in some ways, it doesn't represent the entire city of Salvador. There's so much more to Salvador. And if you do come to Salvador, I urge you to get out of the Pelourinho and see the rest of the city. And there, of course, is the Bay of All Saints, looking down from the Cidade Alta, this upper city, to the lower city, and the bay, and across the bay is Itaparica Island. I used to cross this bay all the time when I lived on the other side, but I don't see myself crossing the bay anytime soon now that I'm back in Salvador. And down below there is the lower city, Cidade Baixa, what used to be the old downtown. Salvador, of course, has spread its wings. This is kind of a rundown part of town, the lower city, that is. But it's still definitely worth going down into there. I don't know if you can see there, but there's some beautiful old buildings. Not in the greatest shape, but definitely worth going down there and getting lost in the labyrinth of the lower city. And of course, walking along the edge of the Bay of All Saints. And there is the Lacerda elevator that goes between the upper and the lower city. There is a mural of two baianas. If there's one thing that I don't really like about the Pelourinho, is that inevitably, no matter how long you've lived here, whether it be years, or in my case, 2 decades, 22 years, when you come up into the Pelourinho, you are going to be treated like a tourist. The prices, of course, are higher, but you're also going to be aggressively pursued by certain people who make their living off of tourists, and you're going to be seen as a tourist. That would never stop me from coming into the Pelourinho, of course, but it's another reason why I would never want to live in the Pelourinho. Up early this morning and taking a bus with Eliamar down to the Comercio. He needs to buy a bed. And then we're going to the Igreja de Bom Fin. Look at that beautiful Bahia de Todos os Santos, the Bay of All Saints. And now we're passing through the lower city. There's the Mercado Modelo. And now we're in a neighborhood called a calçada, which literally means sidewalk. It's a strange name for a neighborhood. It's a working class neighborhood, and this is where Eliamar has come to buy a bed. And there he is, right in front of me. That building in front of us is Salvador's train station. Salvador does have a train. It's a suburban train that goes out to the what's called Suburbano. And there it is. And here's Eliamar shopping for beds, or mattresses I should say. He's a careful shopper. He comparison shops for the best price. I usually take the first thing I see. I think he found his bed. You got the right salesperson, and he won't be sleeping on the floor anymore. And now he's negotiating the delivery with a guy who has a pickup truck and is going to deliver. Eliamar is quite the wheeler dealer. And now it's time to pay. The bed costs about $200 total. 12 payments of about $88 spread over 12 payments. I love this city. Can you all see that church in front of us? It's the Igreja de Bom Fin. And we're walking right now on the route to Bom Fin in January. Is the Lavagem de Bom Fin. Hundreds and thousands of people will be walking down this street. It's a 16-kilometer walk from the Pelourinho to the Igreja de Bom Fin. It's a very beautiful and interesting day. It's a very long walk. I somehow do it. I always swear. This is my last year, just like Carnival. This is my last year, but I always, as the date approaches, I always end up doing the walk. My feet are always killing me at the end, and I'm hot and tired, but it's worth it. And it's very much an important date on the calendar in the city of Salvador. But today we're walking up there. Eliamar just wanted to go up there, so here we are. And here we are at the Bom Fin Church, Igreja de Bom Fin, one of Salvador's landmarks. Custom here in Salvador is to tie one of these fitas, colorful ribbons, on the gate of the church. First, make a wish, tie it 3 times in a knot, and the idea is that when the fita finally falls off, your wish is granted. And there are some Bahianos performing a cleansing ritual with herbs. Eliamar bought some fitas de Bom Fin, 10 for 3 reais, to tie on the gate of the church. Make a wish, or make several wishes. Eliamar is tying his fita to the gates of the church, making a wish, tying it 3 times. Eliamar has done this many times in his life. Wow, I'm back home now. Lots and lots of walking this weekend. Time to crash. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. As always, beijo, ciao.